it's been a crazy 48 hours. It really has. When you lose a guy like Jerrod Covington, ruptured Achilles, probably our biggest voice in the locker room, probably our toughest kid, probably our best defender, and probably our best cutter. Man, I thought we'd be able to rally and play without him, but we need some practice. We certainly need some practice, try to figure this thing out. You know, we were really, really exposed, I thought, the last 48 hours with our youth. Yesterday it was really game management awareness, live ball turnovers. A couple of them we threw out of bounds, people in the first row. But just understanding how to manage a game. And then tonight it was just really the round ball did not go in the basket. You guys watched it. For some reason, I don't know. I guess, Jerrod is such a great cutter. He's such a tough offensive rebounder. We got to figure out he can do it. And maybe we, think about going bigger. We've been playing some four-guard lineups. Jameer's just still not 100%. With the ACL, it's been a long journey with him. Grayson Kelly, torn ACL. It's been injury after injury. And we got to persevere, got to get better. But give Niagara a lot of credit. You hold a team to 50. It's not just bad offense. That's good defense. So I'm always one to give the opponent, their due. But it is what it is. We're 2-3. It's a long year. Got to get better. We're so young, a lot of new guys. I want to thank all the fans. We hadn't done this in a long, long time, if ever. I don't know. But certainly we laid an egg, and I feel bad about that.
What are you going to do in terms of improving shooting?
Well, we shoot the ball. Honestly, we scored 60 points in a half. Just figure out how schematically how we're going to play. Is it pounding the thing into Mike? Mike didn't have a great day either. They really kind of packed it in. But you got to get ball movement. You got to move the ball side to side, whether that's a ball screen, whether that's through cutting. Garrett was a great cutter. So we got to figure that part out and just play better. You hold a team in the 50s. You would never think you're going to lose a game when you hold a team in the 50s. That's unheard of to how bad offensively we were.
Think with some shot selection or just
I think it's everything. Yeah, I think it's shot selection. I think it's figuring out our chemistry. You got Owen Long. He's coming back off a broken wrist. It's been just injury after injury. You can't. It's just been crazy. So you're trying to figure out rotations. You're trying to figure out how you want to play. Certainly shot selection is why you don't score. Stepping in and having the confidence to make it. And then schematically, it's just we got to do a better job, put these guys in better position. I'm not one to sit here and blame players. I just told them, it's all of us. We got to coach better. We got to play better. We got to figure it out. You got to figure out how you play without one of your best players in 48 hours. And obviously, we didn't do that very well the whole weekend. Which is shocking because we played so good a week ago. But college hoops, it's just, oh man, my Thanksgiving's gonna be ruined. I know that. Yeah, I think our guys need it. We got a lot of young guys. We got a lot of guys that are playing for the first time. They have no idea. They don't even know what an MTE is. They don't understand the difference between these opponents and conference. It's wild. It's wild. You try to explain it to them. You try to understand where they're coming from. I'm just an honest guy. I just told them, you have to win home games. If you're going to be any good, you have to win your home games because they're so hard to win on the road. So we laid two eggs. One we gave away. I would say Niagara beat us tonight, but just didn't play good basketball. It's a shame. You only get so many opportunities as a team to play the games. And I think the worst thing as a player or somebody a part of an organization is the shoulda, coulda, woulda. Right? Oh, we could have did this. We should have did this. You are what your record says you are. We're 2-3. We're an under 500 team. That could be 4-1, but guess what? We're not. So it doesn't matter. You don't need to talk about that. You got to figure out how you get to where you need to go, and that's my only way is hard work and trying to figure out, schematically how we can get better.
How important is this 10, 11-day stretch? I'm going to guess that there's not a big chunk like this off when you're moving the rest of the way to kind of figure things out and really hit that reset button.
Yeah, that's the hard thing in college basketball. You don't get much practice. So we'll watch a ton of tape tomorrow. Can't do anything on the court. We'll practice a little bit Tuesday. We'll send them home Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Bring them back Saturday night, and then we'll have Saturday through Wednesday to get ready to start league play. our first of 5 on the road. So we'll go Milwaukee and then Green Bay. Tough trip. They're all tough, but you just got to self-reflect. You got to stay together. That's certainly going to be a big proponent to it. But when you lose, it's not supposed to be all happy-go-lucky. I don't believe in that. I do believe in you've got to get better. You got to stay the course, stay together. But I want them to have some edge here the next 7-8 days. Push each other, stay together as far as on and off the court. Which we got a good group. I think it's more just understanding how you win. And I don't think we don't know that yet. And that showed last night in those critical moments. Yeah, I think I understand how important these early games are and an MTE is for the momentum. I don't think a lot of our guys do because they're coming from different levels, but I think we play in spurts. Sometimes we're real good and sometimes we're real bad. And I think that's when you have this many players and you have a lot of young players. I mean, if you look at our roster, guys, we're young again, right? We lost some pretty good players. So we're young again. And we're up and down right now, and got to find that level of consistency quick. Yeah, I was just so disappointed. I drew up the first play. We run this play, back screen. We run 2 guys off curl. We ran it wrong. We said that, their 2 guards are left-handers. They're going to drive it left. They drive it left twice. There's only so much you can talk and tell them. But when we don't execute, we've got to hold guys to a standard. You don't hold people to a standard. There is no standard. They get away with those sort of mistakes. I didn't think the pop, I didn't think the energy was there from that first group. And I've done that for 10 years. If you're not ready to go, sit down. These people pay a lot of money to come in the Big League Center. We got an obligation to play better, represent our university. I just didn't think we had that edge to start the game. We got it, but it took me acting like a fool and getting guys riled up and telling them to get out, get ready to play. If that's what it takes, we got to do it. But that usually doesn't happen a lot. We just weren't ready.